Hi everyone, my name is Ellen McKay and I am the co-director for Yoga for Caregivers, where we aim to cultivate resilience on and off the yoga mat for family caregivers and professionals like you who support them. Today we will be practicing a 30-minute gentle chair yoga class. So the only thing you need is a sturdy chair. If you're on a slippery surface, sometimes it helps to maybe put your chair on a yoga mat if you have one, or just find a place where the chair won't kind of slip and slide. So we'll be practicing something really, really simple, some very yummy, supportive postures to help the body relax, find a little bit of a pause, hopefully what you as a caregiver need today. So find a seat, whatever works for you, and we'll get started. If you have a nice firm back behind you, feel free to lean back and just kind of allow yourself to relax. Maybe hands rest on the legs. You can even take one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly if that feels good for you. But really finding the position that is most comfortable. Maybe eyes closed if you like. And the most important part of our yoga practice is our breath. It helps us to calm down our nervous system, helps us to relax the tension in our muscles, in our mind, in our emotions. So we'll start with some easy breathing. If it feels okay for you, start to breathe in and out through the nose. It doesn't have to be a particularly long breath or anything really fancy. We're just kind of getting started here. So breathing in and out through the nose. Maybe noticing if you can soften your shoulders a little bit, or maybe soften the jaw. Notice the muscles around the eyes or the forehead. And maybe you choose to bring that breath in a little bit deeper. You might even be able to feel the belly or the chest start to expand a little bit more. And exhale, everything just softens. Doing that a few more times. If it feels good for you, maybe even exhale out through the mouth. We call that a ha breath or a sighing breath. That can feel really nice sometimes. Let's take a few more breaths like that, adding in that ha breath if you choose. Good, maybe one more breath, just like that. Great. We'll come back to that breath several times throughout our practice today. So we'll be starting from the top and kind of working our way down. But first I want to do a little bit of full body movement. So this is a great practice to do maybe if you've been sitting for a while, or if you've kind of been focused on one thing and you need to maybe transition into this time of self-care or this time of pause for yourself. And it's called dry brushing. And what you're going to do is just kind of rub your body in different areas, whatever pace, whatever feels good for you. And we're going to start with the legs. So however far down it feels okay for you to reach, maybe you're more at the knee, maybe you're up at the thigh. If you can reach down towards the shin or the calf or even the foot, go ahead and do that. So we're just going to do a little bit of rubbing. Just kind of start out, rub the foot or the ankle or shin, calf, kind of wherever you are. And slowly work your way up. We'll start on one leg and eventually we'll go to the other side. But just kind of giving it all a nice little rub, adding in some warmth, adding in some gentle movement, just kind of underneath the skin. So getting that circulation going. Good, let's do the other side. You can even take a moment and rub those hands together. And then we'll try the other leg, going down as far as it feels good for you, maybe to the foot, maybe to the ankle, shin, or maybe you're staying more up in that upper leg space. Wherever it is, just kind of take a few more breaths, rubbing. You can even kind of press your fingertips into the leg a little bit more, just adding some more sensation if that feels good. One more breath. Great. Bring those hands back again together, palms rubbing together, creating some warmth, some heat. And then we'll start on the right arm. So give the right hand and fingers a nice little rub. This can feel really nice if you're dealing with any kind of arthritis or just kind of stiffness in the joints, if maybe it's a little cooler where you are, or been working on the computer or working with your hands a lot today. And then come to the wrist, a nice little circle around the wrist, up through the forearm, and around elbow and upper arm, shoulder space. Good. Let's try the other side. Another little rub together of the palms. And starting with the top of that left hand. Top of the hand, fingers, wrist. And then slowly working your way up. Good, up to that shoulder. Nice. And releasing down. Great. Let's take a couple breaths. Maybe those sighing breaths feel good. You can even close your eyes and just connect maybe to the sensations of your body. You might feel a little more awake, a little more alive, maybe a little tingly. Those are some of the great benefits from dry brushing, or just kind of giving your body a little wake-up call. So now we'll start to move into more isolated sections of the body. And we'll start with neck and jaw. So this can really be a place where we tend to hold tension. And a lot of time, even without us knowing, if you kind of notice your shoulders creep up throughout the day, or maybe you've been clenching your jaw and you kind of realize, oh wow, I need to kind of move my mouth a little bit. So we'll start in this space and just start to get a little movement. So maybe those shoulders roll up and back some. Good. Kind of give them a little bit of a squeeze as you roll the shoulders back. Nice. I might feel better already. And then take the shoulders up to the ears, give them a good little squeeze, and then let them drop down. Let's try that a couple more times. Squeeze the shoulders to the ears, and then just let gravity do the work. Let them drop. Again. Up and squeeze, and then drop. Nice. One more time. Up and squeeze. And let them drop. Great. Shake things out a little bit for that upper body. We'll move around the neck. So take the chin and slowly bring the chin towards the chest. Take a pause here. Kind of notice how the back of the neck feels in this shape, and the tops of the shoulders. You can slowly start to roll the head gently from side to side. Good. And you can kind of go ear to shoulder, chin to chest, and then opposite ear to shoulder. Doing that a few more times. Good. One more time, side to side. Next time the head comes to the right, we'll take a pause on that side. So you can keep your right hand where it is. Left hand can either stay where it is, or maybe you take that hand down by the side of the chair. You can even turn the palm to face a little forward. Feeling that stretch along the left shoulder, left side of the neck. You can even take some little circles with the chin. Good. Don't forget that breath. Nice full inhale and exhale. Couple more breaths here. Slowly bringing that left hand back to the leg, bringing the head back to center, taking your time, bringing the head to the left now. Good. So take a moment here, kind of find that position that feels okay for the neck. Right hand can either stay in the leg or maybe it drops down by the side. Again, if you want, you can take that right palm, turn it forward. And now feel the stretch along the right side of the body. Maybe making those little circles with the chin, going in one direction and then the other. Or maybe stillness feels better for you. Wherever you are is great. Few more full, relaxing breaths. Good, one more breath. And then slowly bring that right hand back to the lap. Head gently comes back to center and bringing the head all the way upright again. Let's take those shoulders up and back a couple more times. Good. And maybe another couple shoulder shrugs. Bring the shoulders to the ears and then let them drop. Again, up towards the ears and then let them drop. Wonderful. Okay, so let's move a bit more into upper body space. If you can, maybe scoot a little bit more forward on the chair, and I'm going to turn slightly so you can see a bit more of how my body is moving. Feet are connected to the floor, or if you can't quite reach the floor, maybe you have a couple books underneath you, or maybe a pillow, something to just kind of let the soles of the feet connect to. Hands can stay on the thighs for now, and we're going to start to bring some movement into chest and shoulder space. So especially if we're doing a lot of sitting through the day, maybe we're driving, sitting at a desk, whatever it is, our shoulders kind of tend to round a bit forward, and we kind of get into this more rounded position. So if we can take some time and open up this space in the very front of the chest, this can help to provide some more space for breath, so it can kind of increase our lung capacity. It can also make the back feel better, especially if you're feeling some more tension here on this neck and upper back space. We can open that, take a little bit of that pressure off that upper back, and find some more balance. So with the hands resting somewhere on the thighs, on the inhale, we're going to just start to gently lift the chest a little bit. So it's not a big movement here, but you might feel the back kind of tip in a little bit, belly kind of comes a little forward, chest rises. Maybe we take a gentle look up. And then from there, we're going to start to tilt the pelvis back, like we're rounding the spine, rounding all the way up. Shoulders run forward, chin might move towards the chest. And we'll do that a few more times and just kind of moving back and forth. So now the pelvis tilts a little bit forward, rest of the spine follows, chest lifts, maybe a gentle look up. And again, exhale, round the spine. Get that nice stretch into the mid upper back. Inhale, bring it back, lift up through the chest. Great, let's do that one more time. Slowly start to round. And then bring it back to center, lifting up. And we'll find our way back to neutral. Great. And bringing the arms out to the sides, we're going to take the palms out to face in front. Thumbs kind of pointing up towards the ceiling. Then let's take the palms, turn them down towards the floor, and maybe those thumbs point down towards the floor as well. So palms kind of face back behind you. We're going to do that a couple more times. So just kind of turning those arms forward and back. Thumbs might point down. And maybe as you turn the palms back open, maybe you turn the palms up a little bit more towards the ceiling. So just kind of moving through that shoulder joint. Let's do that a couple more times. Nice. One more. Turn those palms up maybe, and then turn them down. Great, release the arms. Roll the shoulders up and back a couple times. Now we're going to combine the arm movement and the back movement together if you like. So I'm going to turn a little catty corner so you can see how the body is moving through these shapes. Arms are going to come out to the sides, and we'll start with the palms up. Chest kind of lifts a little bit. As we exhale, we're going to start to turn those palms down, round the spine, like we're hugging a big beach ball here. And then open up again. Chest lifts, palms might turn up. Good. Let's do that again. So round, exhaling out on the inhale. Open it up. Good. Again, exhale and round. Inhale, open it up. Fantastic. One more time. Exhale, round. Inhale, open it up. And then let those hands come down towards the lap. Great. Roll the shoulders up and back again. Maybe another couple shoulder shrugs. Just kind of letting out that upper body. And now we'll begin to move into some twisting motion for the spine. Always listen to the body at any point in time in this class, making sure the movements that you're making feel good and beneficial to you at all times. So as we start to move into these twists, we'll start nice and gentle, and then we'll add a little depth if you want. With our twist, we're always staying nice and tall. So again, it feels good to have those feet connected to the floor or to whatever that you can reach, and find that length in the spine first. So feel the sits bones, those two kind of bony parts connecting down to the mat or the chair here, and then feeling the top of the head lifting up towards the ceiling, getting as tall as you can. If you want, you can take the arms and raise them up towards the ceiling. We're going to twist to the right. So your right hand's going to come down just to the side of the chair. And if you want, you can kind of anchor yourself on, holding on to the side. And then that left hand is either going to come to the left leg, or you can take it across the body onto that right leg. So wherever you want to be, let's keep that length and just twist gently towards the right side. Kind of thinking more about twisting the belly, then the ribs, and then the chest. Okay? Let's take one more breath here. If again you want to lift those arms are going to lift up, and we're going to go to the other side. So left hand is going to come down to the side of the chair. Maybe hold on, maybe it just hangs down by the side. Right hand can come to the thigh, or it can cross over. Let's get really tall first, and then find a twist. So maybe we're going 50%, 75% of that full twist if you've practiced this before. Easing our way in, one more breath. Good, and then come back to center. Maybe take a moment of pause, 2 breaths, eyes can close if you'd like. Great. And then we'll go to the other side. So let's twist again. Inhale, arms can rise. And we'll twist to the right, right hand to the side, maybe left hand to the thigh or crossing over. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can. Just keep that tall spine. Good, 2 more breaths. And then slowly unwind. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, hands lift, and we'll twist to the left. Again, left hand can find that chair, right hand can stay on the right thigh or cross over, and we'll find some breath here. Long spine, 2 more breaths. Good. And then slowly come back again to center. Great. Roll the shoulders up and back. Nice. We've got some movement in the upper body. Let's move into the lower body. So as we move to those hips, especially if staying seated is kind of where it feels best for you today, scoot as far forward to the edge of the chair that you comfortably can. It's just going to give us a little more range of motion on our legs here. So hands can either rest back on the chair a bit, or you can kind of lean back a little bit if you want. And we're going to take those legs and just rock the knees side to side. So start to get a little bit of movement. You can even take those feet a little wider. Some more movement through that hip joint. Kind of similar movement as we did in the arms and the shoulders. Good. Couple more times side to side. Nice job. Good. Bring it all back to center. Plant those feet about hip distance. Great. From here, taking a bit of a forward fold. So hands can come to the thighs, and you can kind of stay right where you are, and we'll start to tilt the pelvis a little forward. So kind of starting to lean the belly towards the thighs. If that feels okay for you, you can bring forearms down towards your thighs, or you can even bring those hands down towards the floor. So wherever it feels good for you, we're going to take a few breaths, getting some stretch here for the low back. Again, any of these variations are great. Really listening to the body, adding in that breath. Full inhales and exhales. Good. One more breath here, doing great. Awesome. Bring the hands back to the thighs, press into those hands, find your way back up. Great. We'll add a little bit of core strengthening here as we kind of move more into this lower body. So as we tilt the pelvis forward, we're only going to go about halfway. So I'm not leaning very far forward. I'm only coming about halfway here. Belly is lifting up towards the spine. So I've got lots of hugging in of the belly here to support my low back. So maybe this is where you stay, kind of hugging that belly in and just feeling those core muscles start to work. If you're having a hard time connecting to what that feels like, you can clear your throat and you can kind of feel those muscles hug in. So finding that shape, whatever works for you, you can keep the hands on the thighs, keeping that core nice and tight, or you can bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. So we're adding some more challenge to those core muscles, keeping long in the spine. If you feel okay here, you can even take those arms out wide, kind of like a big wide V. Good. Adding more and more challenge for that core from the front all the way, wrapping around. Legs are nice and firm, like you're trying to press the floor away. Let's take one more breath. Good, and then hands come to the thighs and we'll find that lean forward. So find that supported forward fold. Maybe forearms stay on the thighs. Maybe you take the belly down towards the thighs. Maybe head is nice and heavy here. Really releasing through that neck. We'll take one more breath wherever you choose to be. And coming back up. Great. So I'm going to give you a couple different options that you can choose from depending on how the body feels in this moment. Maybe you stick with this kind of leaning forward. Hands can be in prayer. Your hands are on the thighs. Or if you want to add a little bit more to this fold, you're going to take your left ankle to the right thigh. So if this doesn't quite feel right for knee or hip, you can always give it a try by crossing that ankle in front of the other. So left ankle is either on the thigh or maybe crossing in front of that right ankle. Give the left foot a little bit of flex. So kind of feel like you're trying to pull your toes back towards your shins. That helps to support the knee joint here. And maybe upright is where you want to stay. Or you can start with a little bit of a lean. So we're just starting to find some good stretching through that left outer hip, maybe even left low back space. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Good. And slowly coming back up, we're going to switch. So right ankle can come in front of the left or right ankle can come to the left thigh. Nice tall spine, just tilting that pelvis forward. So we're just doing a little bit of movement with the pelvis. My spine stays nice and long. Flexing that right foot. A couple more breaths wherever you are. See if you can soften shoulders and jaw. Great. Slowly coming back up, bringing both feet back to the mat if they aren't already there. So again, I'm going to give you another opportunity for that core strengthening. Maybe again, hands stay on the thighs. We're taking that nice long spine. Maybe hands come in prayer. Maybe arms reaching out. Or we're going to bring back in that hip stretch. So we'll start again with left ankle on top of the right thigh or left ankle in front of the right shin. Slowly start to tilt. Again, hands can stay right here if you want. Maybe hands come in prayer, maybe arms reach forward. So we're getting a big stretch, working those core muscles, feeling that belly hug in, supporting that back, supporting the torso. One more breath. And then slowly bring those hands down and release. If you want to try it on the other side, take right ankle in front of left or right ankle on top of left thigh. Good. Start to find your tilt if you want. Hands can always stay on legs. Hands can come to prayer. Or maybe we reach those arms forward, hugging in through that belly. Again, you can clear the throat if you need a little reminder of how that feels. Good. One more breath. Soften those shoulders a little bit. And then release. Good. Come back to that seated position. Let's scoot a little forward again and rock those knees side to side. So especially if quads maybe or outer thighs feel a little more tight still, you can give them a gentle little tap. That can just kind of help those muscles soften up a bit. Good. And then let's settle in to our Shavasana, or our time for relaxation. If you've got that nice sturdy back that feels okay to lean up against, this is a great time to lean on back, get nice and comfortable. If you happen to have a place where you can put your feet up, that would be great. Just giving the feet a little bit of a break, kind of giving those legs a little bit of a break for circulation wise, and just kind of finding a more relaxed shape. Eyes can close. Maybe we really feel those shoulders relax or jaw relax. Let's find that ha breath again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. A few more breaths like that, just that in and out. Again, in and out. And letting that breath just soften, allowing it to move at its own pace. Muscles in the face relax. Neck and shoulders soften. Arms and hands and fingers relax. Chest and belly soften. And all the muscles along the back relax. Letting the body feel completely supported by the chair. Hips and legs soften. Feet relax. Feeling the gentle wave of breath moving in and out of the body. Maybe you can feel the belly rise and fall, or maybe you feel the breath more in the chest or in the back. Wherever it is, just feeling that soft, gentle in and out. And if it feels okay, maybe that exhale goes a little longer than the inhale. Extending that exhale helps to relax the nervous system, helps to soften muscle tension, helps to improve sleep and digestion, letting that body move more and more towards balance. If the eyes are closed, slowly begin to blink the eyes open. Taking a nice full breath. One more breath together. Inhale, taking the arms, reaching them up towards the ceiling. One more nice full stretch. Hands come together in prayer in front of the heart. Thank you all so very much for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day.